Something a lot of trouble my students have is understanding what a composer is and what they do. The biggest misconception is that students think the conductor is the composer. So we'll be watching a video and students will say, "That's Beethoven." And I'll go, "That's not Beethoven, but the music is written by Beethoven." And that's kind of a hard thing for kids to understand. I always try to relate it back to something they're more familiar with, like Dr. Seuss is no longer living, but we can still read his books by going and buying them or getting them from a library. It's a similar thing with music. A long time ago, someone thought up a bunch of ideas and they wrote them down and shared them with other people. And we can still hear those ideas today. But how do you sort of bridge the connection between how important it is to understand what composition is and who all the composers were and what's happening today in students' lives? Today, I'm going to be sharing with you a template for students to write a winter song. Yes, this is mainly lyrics based, but you can turn it into melodic exploration as well. This is probably best for students in grades 2, 3, 4, unless younger students have help writing down their ideas. This is a very simple way for students to write a song. There are 4 lines, and 3 of them are actually stem sentences. So students just have to finish the sentence. It's all about winter. So it's "I like this," or "wintertime is this," or "in winter I ... And students fill in the rest. And for the 4th line, they get to make up their own thing entirely. I got the idea for this when I was explaining what a composer was to my 1st grade class. And I said, "You know what? We're going to write a song right now. It's going to be about winter. Tell me something that you do in winter." And I got a bunch of different ideas from students, and we just turned that into a very simple song using so, mi, la, and do. And I emphasized the fact that 5 minutes ago, this song didn't exist. You helped make it happen. You are composers. So while this is especially great for students who are writing prose or lyrics to their song, you can also help students out by giving them just 2 pitches to work with, so and mi, or 3 pitches, so, la, mi, or add re, do in there too. Students can work on this using a virtual xylophone like Play Xylo. They can use one in person. These are very specific parameters they're writing under. Stem sentences, a certain number of sentences, the theme of the song, it's all very prescribed. But that's important because in order for students to sort of understand this concept and to feel successful, they need to have more specific guidelines. And that's why you might also want to say, "We're going to write so, mi songs today," or "so, la, mi songs today." And that way, students have their lines, they have their words, and they have the notes that go with them. So for example, my class may have written a song that sounded like this. "In winter it is cold, I like to ski, I can make snowmen, I can make snowballs." Very simple melodically, very simple in its lyrics, but it was something that they made up. It was something that they invented. It was something they composed and wrote. And from projects and activities like that, students get to experience that feeling of ownership. They did that thing. They created that thing. When we think of students creating original work, we might be in the mindset that it's going to take a long time. And with certain things, like maybe an art project, yeah, that might be true. But with the winter songwriting template, it's doable in 1 class period. Students can write the words and start exploring melodic concepts, again, within certain constraints that you give them. In 1, 2, maybe 3 classes, you could have a bunch of songs that students are ready to perform for you, either singing or playing or both. Or you could write songs together as a class, but you could use this as a springboard to sort of a mini recital where students share the songs that they've written. They can record them themselves using a computer. You can have students perform for the class. You can have others come in and watch performances live. The applications to this are pretty wide. Students should be composing more in music class, and this is a great way to get them started with that. You can grab this for free at the link in my bio.